It's time for Delivering Marketing Joy. This time I talk with RJ Hagel about how he balances work and family. Hey there, and welcome to another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. I am your host, Kirby Hasseman, and I'm really excited for the opportunity to introduce a little rising star to you for our industry, RJ Hagel, who is the marketing manager for Gold Star. RJ, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Kirby. I'm looking forward to speaking with you and getting a chance to introduce myself to a lot of people in the industry, too. So
Absolutely.
It's great to be here.
Man. Well, hey, let me dive right in. You're the marketing manager. So in your role of marketing, I've heard and read that you've said creativity is not just about making things. It's about problem solving. So what do you mean by that?
Sure. Well, I think a lot of people get the misconception of what creativity really is. Yeah, I kind of am a believer that everybody's creative in one way or the other. Some people are artists. They do well with their hands. Some people are musicians, how they can hear things. But, creativity goes much deeper than that. And, for me, as more of a general marketing manager, I cover a lot of things. And so for me, it's not just about designing a great catalog and doing things that typical marketers do. But, this day and age, we have a shift in the way that our industry has gone. And then there's a shift in the way all marketing has gone, from social media to automated processes and all the things that the CRMs and the marketing automation tools allow us to do. And then you have a big shift in the industry with the way that distributors are realigning themselves with, larger companies like the AIAs and the Geigers of the world and those sorts of things. And so there's a need to grow marketing from a marketing lens, but then there's a need to grow partnerships with distributors. And so for me, I'm focusing on the traditional marketing stuff. And then I'm also focusing on building out automation systems, customer relationship management systems. And then you have your whole account-based marketing approach, which our industry is really changing. Is now we have trade shows, the increasing number of trade shows that are being held by some of the largest distributors. Mm-hmm. So we have financial resources that have to go towards that. We've got creative resources that go towards that. We actually do provide a lot of art services for our clients. So we're as much of an agency as we are a marketing division as myself. Yeah. So it's pretty broad range because we're handling the agency side and the direct marketing side. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's a matter of where we spend money, where do we spend the time. When I hire somebody, what role are they going to play? What's the most important? So it's really being creative around how to run our business properly and grow. Mm-hmm. It's an industry that, especially on the supplier side, I think a lot of the smaller suppliers are going to start going away. I think it's becoming a lot harder to do business here at a $2 to $3 million clip. I think distributors or suppliers over 20 million are the ones that we're going to see grow. Mm-hmm. Companies like the Hits of the world that have done extremely well are going to be the ones that are going to really survive in the future. And so how do we get our business better positioned to do that and to move forward? So it's really creativity in the sense of, how we manage our day-to-day, how we manage our spending, how we manage our hiring. It's really kind of, it's a moving target. And that's kind of where I feel my creativity has come in from a project management and a strategic lens. So, that's kind of how I see it. And of course, the traditional creativity too. So,
well, it's interesting. I talk to a lot, just in both of our kind of lives, we deal with marketing people, and it's amazing the amount of hats people who are in that department have to wear. And it sounds like you're no different for sure.
Yeah, so for me, it's product development, it's traditional marketing, it's sales support, it's account marketing, and then I'm a manager on top of it. I set our budgets, I work with our forecasting, so our supply chain, merchandising. I really do wear a lot of hats. And as a marketing professional, I'm very much concerned about how customer service is done and are we doing things properly there too. So I get involved with order process management because I want to make sure that our clients are getting their orders in and out as quickly as possible as well, because as a marketing person and even as a salesperson, if your office isn't performing, you got to make sure your customers are happy. So you're going to kind of get involved where you need to make sure that I can do my job well. So
yeah, nothing kills a bad product faster than good marketing, right? So you're a marketer. This is one of the things I've said is we're in a marketing, we're in a business. You're a marketer that sells marketing products. So. Sure. what are some of the most interesting projects that you've had a chance to work on?
So I actually, just quick background, I actually started going to school for advertising because that's really where I wanted to go. And as I explored opportunities, really the only opportunity I saw for myself, because I wasn't super creative, was really an account management type role. And I actually had pursued it for a while and looked into it and chose to go a different route. But what I like is that we are selling marketing services, but I, as a marketer, get to do the same thing. So I'm just going to give myself or our Gold Star a little plug right here and kind of show you one of the products that we do. So, it's probably something we're known for the most in this industry is full color wrap pens. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I like about it is it's more than a pen with a silkscreen imprint on it. Right. We have what basically comes out to be a imprint size, the size of a business card. So think about web advertising. Most web advertisements are a banner, whether they're long and skinny or tall or square or whatever, they will fit on these pens. So one of the things I like to be able to do is recreate advertising that's already been done on our products. And, it becomes the deliverable of a message more than it is a pen. So it's not about the fact that it's a pen. It's that, hey, this gets my message across. This drives people to our social media pages, our web page. This helps me launch a new product. I mean, it's perfect way to be able to put product information on it, pictures, that sort of thing. So that's my plug, my current role. But I actually worked as a distributor as well for about 6 years, and I'm a big car guy, particularly with Mazda. I love Mazda because I love to drive, and we had basically the entire Mazda merchandising program. Oh, wow. And so I was getting involved with doing a lot of the hats and shirts and mugs and all of the stuff that they were reselling on their website. So I really enjoyed that, especially with apparel design. I kind of like clothes and stuff myself. So it was fun. It's one of the reasons why I love this industry. It's fun. I get to play with toys all the time. I mean, it's essentially kind of what it is. So,
totally agree.
So those are two examples of some things that I got to do. Specifically, I'd like to get more involved with client projects. I do on occasion. It's something that I'm looking forward to more in my role here in Gold Star. But there's so many things that I can kind of point to as far as what we've really enjoyed. So.
Cool, man. Well, so the final question I have for you is, again, doing a little research about you. I know you have some great kids, and I think you told me you have a pretty good commute to work. And so, how do you It's the ultimate question everybody asks, right? How do you manage the time between work and family?
Sure. So I'm actually divorced, so I don't live with my kids full time. So I'm going to put that as a caveat because a lot of people do have responsibilities for day to day. And, I split my time with the kids. So when I'm with them, I really try to be with them. Yeah. But when they're with their mom or they're, not with me, I spend more time working and focusing on those things while they're not around. But the other part of that, which I think is very valuable to me as far as my approach, not just my work, but as a parent, is I let my kids know what I do. I can help them get involved. I'm working on a catalog right now. We basically 2 weeks from now, our catalog's going to be finished. And over the last couple of days, I've been, sharing with them what I'm working on. My daughter, she's 8, but I'm asking her opinions about color, what she likes, what products she likes. So, they see that I'm passionate about what I do. And as a parent, I want them to feel the same passion when they get older. And so for me, it's just, I'm walking the walk. Yeah. And I think it's as much of being a parent as it is doing my job. And I've really found a good balance there. So I don't feel like it encroaches in my personal life too much. It does on occasion. I don't think anybody can really get away with that completely. But again, I think they see that I'm passionate about what I do and that I like what I do. And I'm not. And when I'm stressed, it's a good stress. It's not ripping my hair out like looking for a new job, don't want to be at work. I don't complain about that stuff in front of them either, even if I did. So, so for me, it's kind of I use it to my advantage to be a better parent, and I think it works.
Yeah, that's great advice. Share your passion with your kids, and I like that a lot. So, okay, cool, man. You've answered my 3 questions. I give everybody a chance to ask me one question. Do you have one for me?
Sure. So, one of the things that interests me, not just about this market, but business to business in general, is that typically the industry or our industry is always behind the retail market. And certainly with social media and the way that the whole retail model has changed, I have a feeling it's going to affect our industry as well. One of the things that I've seen, and anybody who can attest that they're on Facebook, they find a lot of manufacturers selling direct. It's like I was looking the other day at a bed company, mattresses, manufacturer direct. we have something similar in our industry. We have suppliers, we have distributors, which in the retail sense is a retailer, and that market is moving away from a traditional retail market, more to manufacturing direct or more of an Amazon type model. So from your standpoint, how do you see that affecting us over the next 3 to 5 years or so? Mm-hmm. And, just get an idea where you see the industry as a whole when it relates to what we're used to in our consumer life.
Yeah, no, there's no question. I mean, we have been and are living through the biggest shift when it comes to business, and you can make the argument in history because of just the technology and the internet. But one of the things it's so interesting to me because I think that once people, businesses are just the same as people in the sense that we're sheep. And so once people see one model working, they tend to move toward it. And I find in those instances that when everybody's zigging, there is an opportunity to zag. I really think from 3 to 5 years, there's going to be some people who really, really succeed in that, as you said, direct-to-manufacturer market. But I think there are going to be fewer of them than we think. I think it's going to be one of those people. And this isn't me head in the sand thing. I think it's just there's going to be a bunch of people competing in that space, and a couple people will be unbelievably successful, but we won't hear as much about the 60% of them who don't do as well. And then they lose the opportunity to sell the rest of the market. I think that the success is going to be in those people who add additional services. And I mean, essentially, I'm betting on it.
Sure.
So that it is more of an agency model, but it's really just more value added, right? It's not just coming in and saying I've got creative ideas, but being able to help people all the way through and being able to prove that you can help them grow their business. When you do that, again, I'm not as worried about somebody going direct on you. Because you're not, what you said earlier when you said, look, I'm not selling a pen, I'm selling a solution. When you're selling solutions, that's less of a concern. So I think from my perspective, I think I've said before, I think there's going to be a little bit of a division moving forward. There's going to be people who battle on price and people who battle on services and value add. And I think the people who are in the middle are going to be the squirrels who couldn't decide. And they're the ones that are going to get crushed. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, good.
Cool, great. Man. Well, hey, thank you so much for taking the time, RJ. I really appreciate it. We'll have to do it again sometime, okay?
Absolutely. Thanks, Kirby.
All right. Well, that wraps up another edition of Delivering Marketing Joy. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching, but wait! Can you do me a favor? Please subscribe to my channel. If you haven't done it already, the way to do it's right over here. And hey, if you want to watch the last episode, check that out over here. Again, before you leave, subscribe!